الشيطان ثم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ما شاء الله لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to each of us, be, we are. Everyone is standing, everyone who's standing in existence, or sitting or being in existence through the Amr Allah, the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nothing can keep itself in existence. No one has independent existence. The creator, the arranger, and the opener, فاطر السماوات والأرض بادئ السماوات والأرض. مبدي ومعيد, who originates the creation and then sustains it. فَفِرُّوا إِلَى اللَّهِ. We have to go back to Him. Someone passes away, you say what? Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. They appeared by Allah's order and they returned to Him by Allah's order. Every moment, every second, we have to say on ourselves, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Raji'un. Return to Him. Fa'u ila al-kafi. What's the ayat? From Surah Kaf. 2 ayats, close by each other. Allah says, first one.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أم حسبت أن أصحاب الكهف والرقيم كانوا من آياتنا عجبا إذ والفتية للكهف فقالوا ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا.
And further on, we believe what they worship except for Allah.
وإذ اعتزلتموهم وما يعبدون إلا الله فأووا إلى الكهف ينشر لكم ربكم من رحمته ويهيئ لكم من أمركم مرفقا.
صدق الله العظيم. How do you translate this? Is there a translation?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. When you turn away from them and the things that they worship other than Allah, betake yourselves to the cave. Your Lord will shower His mercies on you and disposes of your affair towards comfort and ease.
Several times in Holy Quran, Allah says, run to Allah, and Allah promised to look after everything. It's coming to be the night of Isra and Miraj this week. In a few days, inshallah, the anniversary. Prophet's night journey. It's the anniversary, among other things, when Prophet ﷺ, he received the orders for the Ummah how to pray, what to do, it was given. And it said that originally, when Prophet ﷺ was in the divine presence, Mawlana Shaykh used to say, Allah ordered to Prophet, for your nation, they have to pray namaz, salat, 50 times a day. 50. Prophet never refused anything from his Lord. He didn't say it's too much. He said, so we hear and we obey. 50 times. He took that order and began, he was going to the divine presence and descending towards people. Going and descending, going, taking from Allah and bringing. On the way back to this world, he met Sayyidina Musa, alayhi salam. That night he was in suhba with all the prophets, in association with them. First he prayed with all of them in Jerusalem, Masjid al-Aqsa. Then he ascended, and he was coming back. He met Sayyidina Musa in his station, in his heaven. Was it fourth heaven? I forgot which heaven. So many heavens. We're asking to see those heavens. Mawlana Shaykh said, use your belief power. You have to go to Mulk or Malakut or Jabarut. We're only looking like animals, head down. He passed through the fourth heaven and he again met the Ruhaniya, the soul of Sayyidina Musa, the spiritual appearance of Sayyidina Musa. And Sayyidina Musa saluted him, Assalamu alaikum ya Rasulullah, ya Muhammad. What did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala order for your nation, for praying? And Prophet said to him 50 times. What's 50 in Urdu? Puchas. Puchas. Mara. 50. I'm trying to remember it in French song. Something. I can't remember anything. 2 seconds worth. 50 times. And Sayyidina Musa said to him famously, "Oh Rasulullah, Ya Rasul, I have experience with my nation. The people won't be able to carry 50 times worshiping, namaz. Go back to the divine presence and ask the Lord to make it less." I'm making it shorter for Prophet. He didn't say no to the Lord, and he didn't say no to people also. Not like us, to quick temper. Okay. He didn't say, I'm coming with order from the Lord, how can you speak to me? He said, okay. And he went back. Allah made it less. He came back. How many now? Ya Muhammad. Less. No, it's still too much. They won't be able to take it. Go back. Ask him to make it less. He went back and forth, till it came down to what we have now, 5 times a day. 5. Sayyidina Musa said, 5 days is still too much, they won't be able to do it. Prophet said, I'm ashamed to go back again and say anything. Humble. I can't go back. And so we have 5 times. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, generous, He gave the blessing of 50 times on our 5 times. 5 times that we do gets the reward of, or the blessing. I don't like to say reward, it's not nice to pray, asking for a reward, pay me to pray. blessings and lights 50 times. But Mawlana Shaykh Nazim, Allah bless him, and Mawlana Shaykh Hashem, Allah bless him, raised them higher and higher. He used to say, if we had kept the original 50 times, think about those 50 times. What kind of wudu you have to have, what kind of ghusl you have to have, what kind of sunnah, what kind of nafil. I mean, it's 24 hours praying, nothing but praying. He says human beings were going to be like angels. The food would come cooked. No need to, Lana used to say that, food comes cooked, no need to work, no need to do anything. But because it was made down to 5, we have to work, we have to run out after our rizq. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون. But Holy Quran gives not hints, it says it outright. We read 2 ayats, there's another one I know in Surah Talaq. That's the one. When يتقي الله يجعله مخرجا. And the verse continues, who fears Allah, Allah make for him or her a way out, and it continues and gives them from sources they could never imagine. Several times Holy Quran says that who turns to Allah, who retreats to Allah, run to the cave, betake yourselves to the cave, follow al-kaf, taqullah. Run back to Allah, Allah will look after your situation. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وآمنوا برسوله يؤتيكم كفلين من رحمته ويجعل لكم نورا تمشون به. Who fears Allah, again, to return, run back to Allah, leave your own efforts, run to Allah. If we were praying 50 times, only we're running to Allah all day. And He looks after everything. Run to Allah, He'll give you a double portion of mercy. And a light whereby, and believe in Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, a light you can walk with it. This is what we need. This is what we need now. So weak, our faith. So weak, our belief to Allah and Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and to awliya. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina. So weak. He used to say you have to think your sheikh knows at least the minimum acceptable. He knows 50 times more than you. Minimum. But we don't think like that. The sheikh says something and says, what? Where do you brought that from? We think he knows 50 times less than us. I'm saying this. Doesn't say it. He doesn't give orders. He said, try your whole life never to give anyone an order. If they can't carry it, it comes back on the one who gave the order. He said to me, if someone comes to you and says, I want to do such and such, say yes. May Allah forgive us. I'm ashamed to give a talk. I'm doing a audit of myself. I'm up for audit. If the IRS calls for an audit, I called myself for an audit. I said, what about this? What about that? Keep quiet. Keep quiet. Who can raise their head to say, to give a talk? How? To Sayyidina Ali. He was going to be Imam for the prayer. He was Amr al-Mu'mineen. What was the title in those, when Sayyidina Ali. He was Imam. And bring another chair. Was it Monica? He was Amr al-Mu'minin. And it was time to pray. And he was taking a long time for wudu. And the people were getting impatient. He was stalling. Like in some places I've seen. No. Some people you see going to pray. When I was young, they took me to see a famous jazz trumpet player from Chicago. They brought him out. The band was getting ready for him to play his solo. Put his trumpet down. Take his head. The band starts back again. Like that, he was waiting. Finally, someone went to Sayyidina Ali. Said, "Oh, Imam, they're waiting for prayer. Come and lead us, please." He said, "Leave me alone. Don't you know who I have to stand in front of?" So I said, "Yeah, well, nothing. Nothing." Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. On Judgment Day, it's famous hadith that the people, the Qawm, nation, group, belonging to Sayyidina Adam, is going to come up, be raised up by it, and everyone's going to feel their mistakes, their sins. Everyone afraid to face Allah, and they're going to run to their Prophet to intercede for them. The people of Adam will run to Sayyidina Adam. So, "Oh Adam," he said, "if a person is taken to the court, you want to have a good lawyer. They're running for their lawyer. I'm not going there by myself. Crazy? Take it." And they run to Adam. "Oh Adam, intercede for us, do shafa for us. Shafa." Adam is going to be afraid. You say, "I can't. I ate from the tree." Prophets are masumi. They didn't have mistakes. It showed something. It was something from the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to teach people. Even. I can't. Go to Noah. The people of Adam and the people of Noah are going to run to Sayyidina Noah. He said, "Oh Noah, it's becoming a big crowd now. Do shafa for us, intercession. We're afraid to face our Lord today with all our mistakes. Everyone will see their mistakes. Our hand will testify against our feet, our tongue. He used me for this, he used me for that, he looked like that, he spoke like that. You're my tongue, you're my eyes, you're my..." No, who said where you got me? Everyone afraid. They come to Noah, Sayyidina Noah alayhi salam, he said, "I can't. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I lost patience with my people. Only 950 years, I couldn't carry. I lost patience. 950 years. Who can understand 950 years? And he's going to be ashamed that he lost patience after 950 years, almost 1,000 years. Finally he said, "Comes easy from us, we're cursing everyone." He kept it. And Shaykh said the rejectors weren't just teasing him, they were killing him every day. They rejected him and killed him and left him for dead, saying, we finished with him. Every day Allah raised him up again, said, go back out, maybe they'll believe you today. And 950 years he took that. Who could carry it? And he's ashamed now that he got lost patience and has to be destroyed, his nation, the flood. Go to, which one? Go to Ibrahim, for instance. All those people going to Ibrahim, Ya Khalilullah, do shafa'ah for us, intercession. See, I can't. Why? I told a lie. What lie you told? When they came to say who broke all the idols, I put my hammer in the hands of the biggest idol and say he did it. It was to show them it was a good deed, not a bad deed, but it wasn't true, technically speaking. I can't. I'm afraid to face Allah with that. Go to Isa. Go to Musa. Up the line. Going to Isa, fine. Go to Musa. Musa say, I can't. When I was young, I got into a fight with somebody, I killed that person. I beat him up and he died. How am I going to face my Lord? No, go to Sayyidina Isa. Ruhillah. Jesus will say, I can't. They said about me, son of God. How I can raise my head to say anything? I keep it like that. No one comes to Allah except as a servant. Head down. Where we're going to go, all the nations are going to run to prophets. Say, do shafa'ah. Says, I'm for that. My flag over the children of Adam, the Zuriyat Adam, all of them. And they say it without pride, he said. He is the interceder for everyone. We ask our prophets shafa'ah. And we're ashamed to say anything or do anything. He is prophet. He is prophet. Remember his famous Isra and Miraj. May Allah grant us some lights from Holy Rajab, from Laylatul Isra and Miraj, good inspirations. Grant us the chance to turn to him, to lower our heads and follow Ila Kaf. Run to the cave. Where? To your heart. Where is Mahdi alayhi salam? Where is Mahdi? Shaykh Muhyiddin, Allah bless him, was finding him through his realities. Diving. As Grand Shaykh was diving to get the blessings, the secrets of Asma al-Husna, beautiful names. They left this world. Where is Mawlana Shaykh? Where is Prophet? We're asking where and when. Where and when doesn't fit. We're living in where and when. And we're not realizing we're going to go out from where and when. It's not a question of where and when. Allah says, run to me. Run to the cave. Fear Allah. Believe in Prophets Allah. Run to me. Be with those who are calling on their Lord morning and evening. And don't let your eyes go past them. Make that your goal. Don't ask for something more than that. Be with those people. Let him find us وَأَمِنَ tawfiq. May Allah forgive us. Everything I say is going to come against me. I'm afraid to say anything. Grand Sheikh, Allah said, never spoke about anything unless he entered into that state and traveled its length and breadth, got everything, and then he would speak about it. What about for us? Astaghfirullah, Fatiha. Who can be anything in front of them? This is Rajab, month of Khalwat, seclusion. Be in a seclusion with Allah. Be with Kun Fayakun. Find some time during the day, during the night, any time. This is, the big governor saying emergency situation. This is the emergency situation. Run. Fatiha. And one talking also. Fatiha. Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. MashaAllah. You brought this back from Florida? Or where is this speech? I found it. Seems to be a speech. Here. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وأشهد أن